Hello, I'm bringing you a full moon in Capricorn reading today, and this is following on from the new moon in Cancer. So we're sort of merging from the Cancerian into the Capricorn, well, a polarity. A polarity. The polarity is from the home and stability and home focused issues, balancing with career, vocation, manifesting for our life path. So we will have been feeling and doing things around home issues very much in our carapace, but it's time to shed that shell, and get out there and try not to cause too much trouble while we're doing it. So what I've done today is we've got an energy card, and we've got the star, which is all about aspirations and goals. So that's good for Capricorn, because Capricorn's about going out and go-getting and achieving and bringing in what we need material focus. So that's a good one for the energy of this full moon. So the top line is home again, so we'll take that from Cancer. And this line here, this is sort of very career focused, so it can either be manifesting for our life path, I like to call it that, if we've got any specific career things that we want to focus on, it's going to be here. And then we have got love, people connections. It can be love. It can also just be about making connections. So you'll see that for yourself. This will make sense in a romantic sense, or it will just make sense generally in the sort of people that you will be drawing towards you, that you need to draw towards you, that you want to draw towards you, and how you're going to manage the dynamics. And then we've got what we need to release for the full moon. Now this spread is I'm Scorpio, so I've done it for me at this very point. However, if you're reading it now, if you're looking at it now, it is going to make some sense to you, because you're going to be interested, you'll be here for a reason. But it will probably resonate most with Cancer, Scorpio, to some extent Pisces and Capricorn. Okay. Here we go. So in the home and family region here, we've got justice. Okay, so whether that's anything to do with buying and selling houses, anything to do with home, it looks like it's going to come right, and there's going to be an end to some difficult wrangling that may be going on. That could be family issues, it could be buying and selling houses. But you've got justice on your side. We have justice on our side here. I know I need it. I know exactly what this is about for me. I'm just letting you know, I am reading upright today. I just feel like it's a good thing today. Otherwise it's a very, very long reading. So, and I need to be a little bit quicker than that today. So then we've got the Ace of Cups. So we've got a fresh start, and it's a fresh emotional start. So whether you're about to move home, this is a really nice, and we've got the Ten of Cups right next to it. So whether you're moving home or improving your home life, to be honest, this really couldn't be better. I might do some clarifying cards in a minute, but as it's just come out, and I have to tell you, I am using Archangel Uriel energy to help us do this today, which I do find very accurate and powerful. It's all looking really, really good. So we've got Ten of Cups, which is, it's a pretty perfect looking scene. It's water as well, so this is very Cancerian actually, a lot of this. You've got Nine of Cups, Ten of Cups, Ace of Cups. I think maybe we've done we've planted some of the seeds, or done some of the work that we need to do in our home lives, in our sanctuary, in order for things to take root and to grow in the right way. It's very healthy. I know I had to make some really difficult decision. It was to do with family. I don't know the outcome of that at the moment, but I'm looking at the cards. We've got Six of Wands. I took action and this is telling me that there is success. It was the right thing to do. There's also justice. It's the right thing. And then we've got Six of Cups, which is sort of very, it can be nostalgic, but I think in this respect it's about family, it's about children, the family environment, and making that environment loving and comfortable and right. You know, just being with, having the right environment. And then we've got Judgment, which really, I think, for me, it's been about making quite emotional decisions in quite a kind of impulsive way, it feels like. But I think if we're keyed in to our intuition and we're listening out, sometimes that's a good thing. To just, we're being told we need to act at certain points. There's certain things that need to be done. It's like there's an angel up there saying, wakey, wakey, come on, you need to do this. It's for your higher good. It's for everybody's higher good. So whatever decisions you've been making up until now, they have been for yours and your family's higher good. And then we've got the Nine of Cups, which is the wish card. It's contentment. There's going to be a point soon, if it's not right now, where we are going to feel satisfied. You know, in a very good way, not in a boring way, in a really nice way. So that's all looking very good. As long as we've been doing what we know is right, I think. It's not always an easy thing to do, but we may have made some decisions that we're not sure about. And I think what's coming through in this reading is that what we've done is right, and time will tell about how that plays out, but it's certainly looking good. Okay, so then we're going to go on, because this is the really Capricorn bit here, to career, vocation, studying, manifesting for our life path. So couldn't start with a better card really than the Three of Wands, because this suggests that we've gathered what we need to do, or what we are in the process of doing. We may already be doing it, and that's, if this is what is all of our past experience is now coming to fruition, and the way forward is quite bright. It's golden. So we can use all our past experience, skills, abilities, learning, to make plans for the future, and we are starting to see how that can take shape, and we are starting to act on it. And if we're not doing it right now, we have it in our minds, I know we do, and the way forward may not be completely clear at the moment, but it's certainly backed up by a lot of thought and planning thus far. We've got the Hermit. This is in career, vocation, and manifesting for life path. We need to turn in and check in with ourselves. This is a time of relying on ourselves to some extent. It doesn't mean to say that you don't ask for help, but it's very much a time of inner work, if you need to do that, whether it's meditation, any way that you can turn in and listen to your inner voice. It's also telling you that if you're doing things on your own, you need to go your own way here for a bit. This is very much backed up by other cards here. We've got the Ace of Wands, so absolutely perfect for getting on with things. There's fresh energy, motivation for new ideas. They're coming through. It's what we want out of this career reading in Capricorn, particularly because this is about going out, go-getting a bit to some extent. If we're going to go-getting, this full moon is the time to harness these energies with Capricorn in it. We could get a little bit destabilised mentally here, because we've got the Nine of Swords. We could be thinking, because we're doing stuff on our own, taking a new path, going it alone, there's going to be some fairly natural kind of worry that goes with that. There could be a couple of sleepless nights. But what backs this up here? I think it's very much about taking care of our mental health. Although this is Pentacles, we've got the Nine of Pentacles. This is about being self-reliant, but it's also about self-care. And I think next to the Nine of Swords, we are talking about making sure that we are mentally healthy, however we can do that. You know, I mean, whatever you have in your toolbox, you know, whether that's meditation, exercise, saying no to things when you don't want to do them, wherever you feel that you can make some space for yourself and feel relaxed. Okay, yeah, for this career reading, we have vocation and career reading and manifesting for our life path. We've got the King of Wands. So again, we've got a lone figure here, sort of lone figures. This is about either seeking a role model, so a mentor of some sort, looking at somebody who's already achieved some of the things that you already want to achieve. I mean, that's how I'm looking at it. But also in turn, making sure that you are also a mentor to those who want to achieve themselves. That's how I'm seeing this here. And I think if we do take the energy at the moment, look after our mental health, get on with some of the things that we know we would need to get on with. Always difficult in this weather, I know. But what we're going to find is that a lot of opportunities are going to present themselves. Maybe a lot, maybe it may even get a little bit bamboozling actually as to which thing we are going to go with. And, you know, to some extent that might be to do with this Knight of Swords. It might give us a bit of a headache. But I think we've got the energy of the Knight of Wands is to just be sensible and methodical about it. Just keep chipping away. Don't get overwhelmed by anything. Don't get bamboozled by other people or going off on tangents, going off piste. If you've got a plan, at the moment and you're kind of happy with it, stick to it and see how far you can go with it. Okay, so now we have got either romantic or just human connections. What are the connections that we need in our life right now? I feel like this is the best way of doing it. Not everybody wants a romantic relationship. And sometimes people do, and maybe it's not even the right time. So sort of really, with an emphasis, I'm going to shut the door. With an emphasis on connection. So we've got the Emperor, and then we've got that followed by the Empress. So we've got you've got two really, the very powerful major arcana, the Emperor and the Empress. So we're aiming high here. You know, we want the best, we want the most experienced, interesting people. We want successful people in our life. Sometimes we do. Sometimes it's good. And I think there's a lot of this spread is suggesting that it's time to look at other people who are successful, and look at how they do things, and see that what we can learn from them. So Emperor and Empress, and we've got a sort of perfect yin and yang. So we're also looking for balance. We don't want strong male, weak female. You know, we don't want the wrong match. This is about making the right match. So you've got equal male to female energy, equal yin yang. This is very important. It's important for everybody, but it's certainly important right now. And that's to do with your business relationships, connections you're making about any vocational projects or interests you've got. You want to make sure that you're on the same page and you've got the same goals. Then we've got death. So I think this is a bit of a tough one, but I think this is about saying goodbye to some of the people and situations which are just not up to it, really, because you've then got King of Pentacles. So this is it's about, no, come on, it's time to look at success. It's time to look at having people around you who are going to be to your highest good, people who are to some extent role models. It's about aiming high, I think, whether that's in love or business or any other creative project. Then we've got Five of Swords. So there's going to be fallout because you're going to be making big choices about things. You know, you're going to be cutting out the dead wood, swords there to do that to some extent. But choose your battles wisely. Don't use up your energy trying to explain yourself or argue a point which doesn't need making. You've got so much energy and support to get on with the job that you want to get on with at the moment, whether that is, you know, bickering, you know, it's about sort of bickering and, you know, the Pyrrhic victory in a relationship, you know, okay, well, I got you to shut up, but, you know, now we don't trust each other, and, you know, it's just, but there is going to be some sort of relationship challenge coming up, and it is going to make us feel a little bit insecure, because we've got the Five of Pentacles here. But that's a sort of side. You may go through a period, if you are moving away from one or people, where you actually feel like you're not going to be able to cope on your own, and you may start catastrophizing about all sorts of things that are going to go wrong, and you're going to be left on your own, and you're going to die in a gutter, and no one's going to know. But that's not the case. That's just catastrophizing. So because what we've got up next is the Temperance card. So this is about really, yeah, it's moderating. So things start to get either out of hand in your mind or out of hand with people. Make sure you just think moderation, temperance, temper your temper. You know, don't have wild arguments about things. Really take the time to sit down and think about the most peaceful and positive way that you can solve something. And if you can't, then just cut it off. Yeah, and then we're sort of backed up by another Success card. So there is going to be a real kind of energy for, you know, working with somebody else, be it in a job, project or a romantic relationship, where you're going to be providing a really good environment. Maybe you're maybe you're about to start a family, maybe it's about sort of just living the good life. How can we lead the best life that we can together as a family, together as a couple, or if you're on your own at the moment, you might want to be sort of really solidifying, visualizing how much you actually do want a family, and you do want the good life, and you want somebody who wants the same things as you. And then just to end that one, we've got the Wheel of Fortune. So and I think looking at the pentacles that are here and all the sort of opportunity cards and the success, I think it literally is the Wheel of Fortune here. As long as we do the right things, you know, that your situation is going to come around good. Okay, so that's the Success card. You've got the King of Pentacles here. You've got the Emperor, the Empress. So we're kind of looking at a successful situation. We're looking at the time is right, and that will make a bit more sense with these ones down here. So these four down here I've done are what could we let go of because full moon is about releasing. So what can we release on the full moon that will help us work towards success and be happy? So I've got the Two of Cups, the Queen of Pentacles, the Eight of Wands, and Diablo. So my interpretation of these, for me, I think it's time to not look at other people. Don't be relying on other people too much. If you're in a loving relationship, make sure that you're doing things for yourself. You're not always looking for the other person to, you know, watch out for codependence. Actually, watch out for codependence, because we've got the Devil, which is about codependency, and then we've got the Two of Cups in a release position. I think this is very much, if we can do something ourselves at the moment, do it. You know, sometimes there's a time when we're just so exhausted, that we need to hand over and delegate and get rid of a few things, but sometimes we can be a little bit too reliant on our partner or mum or dad or our kids to do things for us, and then we feel disempowered, start to maybe lose our confidence a bit. So that might apply to you. So any kind of over reliances kind of galvanise our independence. And then we've got the Queen of Pentacles. It's about maybe, that's quite Cancerian really, it's being at home, you know, what it represents in this respect, I think, is like you've got stuff sorted out at home, you know, it's time to leave the safety. And it's also time to leave the safety of the apron strings as well, you know, metaphorically. I think that definitely fits with the Two of Cups as well. And I think we've got to lose impatience, Eight of Wands. Everything's fine, quick. Be careful about our communications. But in terms of what we can put down, I'm reading it as putting down impatience. So we can be in the moment more when we're not expecting all the time. Okay, so that is my reading for full moon in Capricorn, coming out of Cancer, emphasis on Scorpio, and whoever is interested in taking advantage of this full moon energy today. And if you're here, have a wonderful full moon. We're going for a swim later. I'm quite excited. And take care.